If you grew up in the 90s, stay tuned for some of my top 90s shows. Welcome to Cash Doll TV. Get your gossip from me. Stay up with the tea.
Ring, ring, ring.
Yes, pick up the phone because your girl Cash Doll got the tea. Stay tuned. Hi, you guys. Thank you for tuning in to Cash Doll TV. We're talking about 90s TV series today. Let's get into our first one. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air aired on NBC from September the 10th, 1990 to May 20th, 1996. The series starred Will Smith as a street-smart teenager born and raised in West Philadelphia, who was sent to live with his wealthy uncle and aunt in Bel-Air, Los Angeles. Interesting fact, the show had two Aunt Vivians due to the fact that Will Smith did not get along with the first one, so they decided to replace her. One of my favorite people were Hillary. She was stylish, a little bougie, but kind-hearted. Also, Ashley, she kept the party going. She also accepted Will from the very beginning. And Jeffrey, the butler. Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv would have problems with Will and Carlton going back and forth with each other, but they became very close and very protective over Ashley. 26 years later, the show was missed so much, a remake called Bel-Air was created, and the final season of this show is fall 2025. Up next is Will and Grace. The show premiered on NBC from September 21st, 1998 to May 18, 2006. Will and Grace is based on friends who lived in New York City and focused on the relationship between Will, an unstraight lawyer, and his best friend Grace, who happens to be a Jewish woman who owns her own interior design firm. They spent most of their time with their friends Karen, a socialite who happened to have a drinking problem, and Jack, another unstraight man. It shows the trials and tribulations of their friendship and dealing with dating, marriage, divorce, and casual intimacy. It was a comical, genius show. Fans loved the show so much that they brought it back to NBC September 2017 and it ended in 2020. Living Single premiered on the Fox network from August 22, 1993 to January 1, 1998. The show centers around the lives of 6 New York City friends who share personal and professional experiences while living in a Brooklyn brownstone. It was really nice seeing Queen Latifah and Kim Fields act in this show, and I enjoyed the friendships of this television show overall. It laid the base for other shows such as Girlfriends and X in the City. Love the relationship between Sinclair and Overton, very funny and loving. Overton can only fix things half the time. Regine was the queen of style. She had no problem with putting you in your place, and Khadijah was that tomboy but yet hustler boss, very feminine at times, looking for love, and she found that in Scooter. Maxine was an attorney that didn't take anything from anyone. She loved to eat food and flirt with men, child. But deep down inside, she was in love with Cal Barker. Even though they took shots at each other frequently, Cal was stylish, intelligent, and lived with Overton, and Maxine and him fell in love. The show taught us about sisterhood and the famous words of Sinclair.
Don't woo 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 me.
Definitely a classic in my book. On to The Nanny, that premiered in November 1993 to June 1999.
Honey, how do I look?
Fine, now let's go.
Fine, I need gorgeous. I'm changing.
Fran was that girl, OMG. People tuned in weekly to see her stylish and fashionable outfits. Of course, her beauty, but she definitely was funny as I don't know what, you guys. She did a wonderful job raising Mr. Sheffield's kids and dealing with her hater, Cece.
Cece, what the devil are you doing in here?
What is she doing here?
Who? Oh.
While Fran watches over the children, the British butler now, he managed the households, and he also likes to watch everything that unfolds in the household. He recognized how the children really warmed up to Fran and looks at her as a mother figure. He also goes back and forth with Maxwell's business partner, Cece.
I can't do this standing up! If you let me tell Miss Babcock about this, I'll work free for a year.
Definitely a great 90s show. Up next is Family Matters. It premiered on ABC from September 1989 to May 1997, then moved to CBS for its final season and ended in 1998. The series was a spin-off from the ABC sitcom Perfect Strangers. Both shows aired Friday nights as a part of the network's TGIF lineup. We can't forget the love triangle between Steve, Laura, and Myra. Myra was the best in my opinion. Their aunt Rachel lived with them with her son Richie. Family Matters is another show that also had two different mothers due to the fact that Jaleel White, who played Steve Urkel, did not get along with the first mom. Steve irritated the hell out of Carl, but he was so entertaining with his dances, and he really made people want to tune in and watch the show. Let's not forget how the Winslows had 3 children originally, sent Judy upstairs, and she never came back down. I guess I'm being petty, huh?
Did I do that? Did I do that? Did I do that?
On to one of the greatest, Full House, that premiered in September 1987 to May 1995. After Danny loses his late wife Pam, his brother-in-law, a rock musician Jesse, and his best friend, a stand-up comedian Joey, moves in and helps him raise his 3 daughters. Jesse finds love with Becky, and she also moves in and gives the girls a mother figure to look up to. We were also introduced to the Olsen twins.
Jill, why did you tie up Teddy?
Because he was moving away.
The kids really love Uncle Jesse. He was a great problem solver, especially Michelle. Stephanie was the sneaky sister. You had to kind of keep your eye on her. But with most teenagers, you have to do that. But her older sister, DJ, did a good job at assisting with keeping an eye on her. Uncle Joey didn't play as well.
Jill, you heard me. Now, I'm afraid I'm going to have to send you straight down to Mrs. Homewood's office.
Me? Thanks a lot, Mr. Gladstone. I thought you were my friend.
Jesse and Becky had a strong connection and definitely showed the girls what true love could look like. Full House was the definition of the importance of family coming together to raise a family. We love Full House so much that Netflix later on brought back and created Fuller House. Thank you guys for tuning in to some of my favorite 90s classics. This will be a series, so I will definitely have plenty more of these because the 90s had a lot of wonderful shows. Thank you guys for tuning in to Cash Doll TV. Please like, share, and comment. See you guys on the next video.